Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining another video of Team and Ambitions YouTube. I am Andrew. Joining me again is the one and only sleepyGary, Dylan Lindner, and Brandon Breitenstein, theHapaOne. How you two gentlemen doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Was cracking some packs earlier, opening Enchanted. Can't ask for much more than that.
I was at work. I'm a little under the weather, so not as good as opening an Enchanted.
Not as good as opening Enchanted. Brandon pulling the Wreck-It Ralph earlier today. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's see if we can pull one here, guys. We're going to do a pack opening video. We haven't done one of these yet. We're just going to talk about our favorite cards from this set. It's pretty amazing. I love so much about it. It's very fast. It's very unique. There's a lot of new, interesting mechanics, and we're going to kind of open these packs and kind of just run through it. What do you guys say?
Sounds good to me.
What Enchanted, Andrew, as being the Enchanted man, are you hoping to get?
You know, I am hoping to see... It's a good question, actually. Probably, I wouldn't mind another Tiana. That was my first Enchanted from this set. Baymax is always a favorite. I think those are it. I've actually lost track of which ones I already got. Speed run.
Man, what a problem to have.
Oh.
I don't know which ones I have. I just have so many.
Yeah, I have them all.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into our first pack here. Look, right off the bat, we already got this Basil. This thing already has been a
Limited All-Star. Why are there so many commons with evasive?
Dude, the commons in this set are nuts in general.
Yes.
Microbots.
Microbots.
Oh, well, there's one of our first cards.
There we go.
Yeah, that card is so good.
Just an uncommon, but man, you know what? 5/5 on turn 4 that just has Bodyguard seems pretty good.
Good luck attacking it. It'll just kill whatever you attack it with.
It sings Zeus.
And then we got Sugar Rush Speedway here. People already cooking with that card. And a foil, the Carpenter. But this Pluto, I've been so impressed with it. It's been such a beast. It takes down so many things. It lives forever. If you can, like, Baymax it somehow. Good lord, that combo is, like, gross.
Yeah, it's so good.
Thievery, A Pirate's Life, the light version.
Burn players are interested in it. I won't say it's bad.
A tank. Yeah.
Yeah, we already saw the first big event that had set 6 in it, running the Fairy Purple Steel, Big Tink being one of the stars. It was kind of a shocker. I did not see much potential in that card, but here we go. Oh, well.
And there's the Diablo.
Let's just jump
Right there,
into this
too.
one here. Diablo. Probably the most reliable one-drop draw card now we got for purple, and they already had Broom and Chernobog. Like, this thing is bonkers. It doesn't need an attack. That's the silly thing.
Yeah, it's almost a better llama.
Almost. I think green purple likes it more than red purple, though. I still
agree.
think they want Broom and Chernobog's followers.
I want to get that foil Moana. I'm trying to get a playset.
Well, here you go.
Already spoken for, chat.
That'll put me up to 3. I've already pulled 2. I don't know how.
It's a card that I'm surprised hasn't seen played yet, you know? Like, it's good stats.
Very, very much so. Oh, Baby Goat there, too.
White Rose. There we go.
I mean, yeah, it's Baby Goat.
Yep. I mean, that's all you need sometimes. Oh, here we got double.
There's a
super
Mickey
pack.
Pirate.
Mickey Pirate.
Ooh, foil go-to.
Oh, this boy. Also limited all-star. Right, Dylan?
Don't. I mean, I had him too, but like, you know what? I'm blanking. Karsten is actually playing him as a one of in his deck list in the EU versus NA tournament right now.
Interesting. I think he's good. His solid stats. 3 quester. What more can you ask for?
4.
Is he?
4
Oh, he's
quester.
4. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And you play him right after Pluto, so you're like, you have to get through Pluto, and then you have to get through Gontu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sings a whole new world.
Not that you should ever sing with this.
Penelope.
This card, quite unbalanced for an uncommon. Literally just like a castle in character form.
Yep. She just sits there and gains you lore and gains you cards.
I feel like that's a saying for a lot of these commons and uncommons is like, why are these this rarity? They're not balanced.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
I think that's going to be a theme. Like, we'll see so many of them in this opening, like that. We're just like, why are these commons? Why are these uncommons?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Oh,
Oh,
like Sail. Can we just ban it already?
Sail, it is
Tail.
already cooking with purple, with blue, purple, blurple, and already in red blue decks. It is such a strong card. You can't hit it with Ursula, which I think is the biggest part. So one jump's already become out of date. Teepo's still in there, but Sail.
Yeah, keep a sail. Yeah. You could argue the strongest card.
Oh, wow, look. This is
Whoa!
this is the like nutty pack. What is this?
Well, first of all, I mean, this is
Whoa.
a good time to start. First of all, if you got this in limited, wow.
You just won.
Yeah, and you
Right?
already have.
Yeah.
I mean,
two,
Oswald's not great.
You got two amazing, like, actual, damage cards. You got a Gopher, which is actually pretty good. Wow. No, this pack is pretty bonkers. All right, let's talk about this one. Let's take the sail away. Tadashi, this card is the one we were all talking about, right? Because it can ink itself and it gets an ink, right? Mickey effect, and then it's itself Mickey. So Mickey and Grandma Tala all in one card. Underrated, we don't know yet. The uninkable part, I think, is the thing. It doesn't really fit in any of the current meta decks. It's in Blurple right now, which is kind of cool. But it kind of goes against the Blurple, like, mind frame. Like, you don't really want to crash into things. But, a 2/2, it shouldn't live on the field very long. Oswald is his own deck. We already know the power of this thing, just a field of items.
Oh, sorry. I want to talk about Oswald real quick. I'm actually surprised he's not, because we have a little bit of data going on with like the EU versus NA tournaments, plus a couple of other tournaments, and so far no lists have played Oswald. And I think it's because a lot of people are just like, I'm going to just shove Oswald into the deck that I already have, which I think is incorrect. Oswald is a build around, so you need a bunch of like cards that let you know what you're going to top, so that way Oswald becomes relevant rather than just shoving him any blue steel or blue red deck. So I think he's a little bit of a sleeper, because I remember when people were on Twitter, X, whatever have you, saying that Oswald is the new Diablo. He's that busted, and so far he's seen zero play.
Yeah, before the set, I thought he was going to be super broken, but as we saw more of the cards, I'm not convinced. I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's really good. I'm just not convinced that he's as busted as we thought.
I just think people haven't like figured out. They still need to cook. They still need to cook with Oswald.
I mean, it feels like a gambling card, right? Like, if it's all at the top of the deck, it's literally just Mufasa, just in item form. Like,
Exactly.
It's the same idea with the Queen, right?
I think Mufasa's good though. So like, it's the same concept. You just have to build
the same
around
thing
it.
about like Ariel, right? Like Ariel's just a gambling card, but then she's really not.
And then the Simba boy, that's been, I don't think I've seen a card in a while where literally everybody at locals is like, hey, do you have Simbas? And no one has them, like, at all. People
Or
really
wants to get rid of
hyped
them.
this card.
Yeah, that's good.
He's a great card. Great and limited. My goodness, just dropping him and your opponent's like, oh man, I gotta kill everything on their board or I just lose.
Get a close up of that foil. Show the people what they want. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that looks so good.
And what a pack. That pack is just A+ tier.
Another note, Simba shifts on 3 and sings a whole new world. So that is a common thing of these things of just 5-cost dudes that sing a whole new world. So we're going to be seeing Simba a lot in like these Amber Steel song decks.
This chip, not too bad. More limited. I'm not sure if it's going to see constructed play. It's the Donald Duck effect. We'll see.
It's a little more expensive than Donald, so.
Yeah. More microbots.
Microbots, man. Lilo.
Hey,
there we go.
So let's
Reanimating
talk about
skeleton.
Lilo. Reanimating skeleton. How good is that really in Lorcana? Dylan, what are you thinking? Have you cooked with this yet?
I really like the way DeCandio has put it in, which it's a more of aggressive line where you can just go like Daisy, Lilo, Lawrence, and just have all these really aggressive questers. Just so everyone knows, you do have to pay the cost, and it is at the start of your turn, so you have to decide whether you're going to reanimate your Lilo before you draw a card. It's the 2 questing that's just so crazy. And even if your opponent has, like, let's say a Maui that just bashes into her all the time, eventually that Maui will get knocked out, and your Lilos won't. And if you have nothing, your opponent be prepared to, and you have nothing to do, you're just like, I'll bring back all my Lilos. Good luck, red purple. It's just so crazy and such a great aggressive card. And in limited, Simba gets around the Lilo Enter and Exerted if you can quest with him. So it's just busted. It's so good.
Yeah, I think she's super good. I think the aggro decks that, once they get to a little bit later in the game, they don't have anything to play. They just be like, oh, I'll just play my Lilo out of the discard. Like, why not? If you don't kill her, then I win. So I think it's good. The deck I'm cooking has Lilo in it. It's a little bit different, so we'll see how that does. But yeah.
Yeah, the Amber Steels I'm seeing right now, they still run Doc, and now you can play Doc even if you didn't play Lilo, and you still benefit from that Lilo. Like, it's not really like you lost your hand. Like, you just play Lilo last. Like, cool.
Or, like, if you end up discarding it through Doc, who cares? You can just play it. Yep. Like, it's not a downside.
That side too, like against discard decks, you can just discard your Lilo. You don't care that she's being discarded, really.
Ooh, got 2 green cards.
Is this box loaded? What is this? All of the meta cards.
Well, so far, and we're only like 7 packs into this. This Basil, lots of hype. I remember it got spoilered when we were at DLC Seattle. I haven't seen many lists playing it. It's been amazing in limited. Like, you drop it after you've honey lemoned or something like that. It goes great with that baby 3-drop Basil. What do you guys think?
It's okay. It's expensive.
I agree. He's okay. I don't think he's that great, but he's okay. He's playable.
Yeah.
And then Go-Go is just, new Sir Hiss. Like all the green
or of every deck.
Who didn't have Sir Hiss, now you got Go-Go. And you just play Go-Go.
Have you heard about the Go-Go around the world that happened yesterday? It was Artabax versus Zansayid, and Artabax attacked his Sad Boy Beast with his goat, so Beast had 4 damage on it, and Artabax gained a Lord, and then he slammed Go-Go to gain 4 lore and win the game.
Oh,
wow.
Like, green-purple with Go-Go is disgusting. Those 2 cards are relevant, those steel ones right there.
Yep, we already talked about Pluto.
Yep.
Jim Hawkins.
We haven't talked about Jimbo yet.
Mm-hmm. And that's all there is in this pack.
All there in this
as far as we know. Jim, kind of an interesting card. The 4 health is really the biggest aspect of it, right? Like, it's just a thing that has 4 health, but it can power itself up. It's not terrible.
I think it's relevant because the trigger can activate multiple times. So if you're inking for turn plus Fishbowling Quill, you'll have Challenger +2/+2. And if you shift onto the other gym, it maintains those Challenger effects.
It'd be pretty scary.
That's actually crazy. I didn't know that.
So he could be a 4/4, a 6/4. Who knows?
Oh, Kanga. Oh,
hey, speaking of Jimbo.
Speaking of Jim.
There's the gym.
We'll put him aside. 1 damage. Anything that really just comes into play, deals 1 damage, is always going to find a spot. At least in limited. I haven't played it yet in limited, but...
Is he a 5/5 normally?
He's a 5/5.
He's 5/5.
Yeah, so if you, like, inked with the other gym, shifted, now he's a 7/5, you can take out castles and stuff like that. Jim's punchy.
Is this like our 5th helping hand? Like, what's going on here?
There's a lot of them.
Oh, you need helping hands, man.
I guess so. Like, Treasure Mountain. There's our boy.
Hey, there's our boy.
All right, you can hang out up there. I think if it was inkable, it'd be playable.
I think if it had 3 toughness, it'd be playable.
Yeah, the toughness is also the issue.
He's fun and limited. Nothing like slamming a Scar then slamming a Simba right afterwards.
It's just like the movies. We could talk about Honey Lemon. Yeah, that's the first one we pulled.
Magic Carpet, also
Honestly,
limited.
Magic Carpet. Yeah.
Limited staple. Raya, there's a Baymax. Wrong Baymax.
I mean, he's still good too, though. That Baymax isn't terrible.
Yeah. Honey Lemon, does it go into green steel?
Maybe it's like a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah, it's not a 4 of.
Yeah, it's kind of like
honestly, It's like okay. I'd rather play Go-Go as like a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah.
Go-Go just gets people, dude. You caught like I remember when you were talking this card got spoiled. And you're like, this card is busted.
It really is. Like it's
Yeah.
third
Microbots.
And
Hey.
that's worth pulling aside there. Genie, the one of the few rares that is already at $10. That is already up from where it was on release day. This is not a finance video, but we should talk about it. People are hyped about this card. Literally every purple deck is. This is the new Rabbit. Like you just take away that 1 second draw and the ability to do the bounce package, even though you still can bounce this. For this big body that has evasive and quest for 2. Like it's really great.
Can we talk about also like the foils on like a lot of Azurite Sea cards are just insane, and like commons and uncommons are like $9 or $10. It's crazy. Genie, what's Genie 20 foil as a rare?
Already 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, the foils are nuts. I pulled a foil Pluto earlier, and I was like, "Oh, how much is this card?" And he's like $6. I'm like, "What? Just a dog."
It's just a dog. Man, I should have bought Go-Go's when they were like $1. Now they're like $3.50.
Not just any dog, a very big dog.
Big dog.
Tadashi, not a bad card. A little expensive. That's probably his biggest roadblock.
I think he fits in an Oswald deck, but I think it's just figuring that out, what that item spread is.
Oh, the baby Tink. Single-handedly bringing back... Well, that's not entirely true. But definitely bringing back Purple Steel. And that's the only thing in this pack.
I actually want to talk about Energy Blast. Do you guys think it's playable?
No.
Some people saying it might be playable in like a blue-red Maui half shark deck. Not as like a 4 of, but like a 1 or 2 of.
Maybe as a 1 or 2 of. I think the issue with it is it's so expensive. Even if you get it out on turn 5 or 4, which is best case scenario in that deck, it might be too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, that card's good.
Our first,
Good song too.
The first I'm Still Here, and it's the foil. Bellwether, basically like an unlimited Lyle. That's what we've kind of determined. Like the ability to give continuous Feckless. This thing has wrecked me in limited. It's been nuts.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm surprised it doesn't see more play. Maybe it's because it's uninkable, but in limited, my gosh, that card is such a house.
And then I'm Still Here is on the level of like Storm as that 3-drop song. I mean, you can play it with Cinderella. Cinderella's nothing's gonna kill it. Like you really can't kill it. You draw a card. Like recursion cards that sing songs and do things have always had a place, at least in Steel.
Yeah, I think it's really good in the song version of Amber Steel. So banger card for a banger song.
Yep.
Hey, there's the second one.
There it is.
You lied to our fans.
I lied to everybody. Well,
Hey!
wow.
All right.
What a fact!
All right. Double C's in 1 pack.
Well, this Maui, first of all, is quite off center. Not that matters in this scenario. Maui Shark. Probably the most hyped legendary of all the legendaries. Currently $27 just about. I don't know. Like, a lot of people are saying it's going to go into traditional red-purple. Like, does it really fit the bill? Like, is it in a red-blue deck? Like, a more red-blue specific for Maui Shark? I haven't seen the lists yet, but we know this card has so much potential.
I'm not sold on him being a 4 of card. I think that's my biggest thing with him. Is he a 4 of? Do I want 4 of this guy in my deck?
Probably not.
I can see the argument for yes, because he's inkable. I mean, he's inkable, so we can just have 4.
Is the hook touching like the over the border of the card? It kind of looks like it. Oh yeah, is that normal for the art to go over into the black border?
Yeah, they started doing that last set.
Okay, I thought it was
in set 4 actually. Like Cinderella's hair was like on the border of it.
Okay, gotcha. Going back to Maui's playability, Sailor is playing a list with him in it. It's like a 2 or 3 of. and red blue, which is more action oriented, and then obviously red purple burn plays like a couple of Mauis, but traditional red purple definitely doesn't want him.
Jasmine.
How do you feel about Jasmine? She's cheap right now, cheap as chips.
I
I
mean,
don't think she has the right shift target. I think she's really good if she gets a good shift target.
we haven't seen the rare Jasmine, which is probably its primary shift target, right? The one modal one that can
Yeah.
exert a character, or I forget the other effect, but Terrible.
It exerts a damage character or gives a character reckless. It's a 3 mana 2/3.
I mean, it seems good. That effectively a board wipe is like, how do you turn on board wipes? But you do have to shift it, right? So that's the if you didn't if you
Yeah.
took that away, it's probably busted. So I get what they're doing.
So that's 4 legendaries out of the box so far, right?
Yep. And my
Pretty
theory
solid
is-
one at that.
My theory is always that if you see a foil legendary, that we're probably not seeing an enchanted. So that makes me sad.
The box I opened had a foil legendary and an enchanted.
Let me have this.
I gotta mention it every time you say it because I feel like every enchanted box I've got has had a foil legendary.
I need the.
So I'm the opposite.
You pulled like a foil common that's worth like $20, and you so like what are you complaining about?
Oh, this is a
Okay,
double legendary pack?
double legendary
Oh.
pack. Oh,
Hey,
well,
we're at 6 legendaries.
yeah, no, I mean, okay. Well, now I'm pretty sure the enchant is not coming. Well, I mean, who knows, right? John Silver, also limited all star, just big body. Right now, only hanging out at about $6. Genie. There was a lot of hype around this card, like an endless chain of cards, but now only sitting at about $350. Neither of these are really at the top of the list here. What are you guys thinking? Do these cards actually have potential?
It's so tricky because like in the Discord, by the way, join the Discord. People were arguing that Genie's busted because it has the tagline "Whenever you play something, draw a card," which is good. And the stats, it's very well statted. 4/7 rarely dies to anything. I just think the downside of dumping your whole hand at the end of turn is huge, and also I think it's a little slow considering the meta that we're leaning towards, which is either a green, like it's either going to be discard or aggro. And if you're like have no cards in hand, he's not great. I don't know. I feel he has potential. So like if he ever gets to $1, you should just buy 20 of them and then just forget about it until he becomes broken. But until then, I don't see him seeing metagame future potential, but I could be wrong.
Kind of feel the same way on Genie and also John. I think if Amber Steel Pirates somehow becomes a meta deck, I think this John is amazing. I just don't know if Amber Steel Pirates is going to be a meta deck.
I think the big issue is the best shift target for John is the promo John, which arguably is better because could be more resilient and quest for more. So it's like, do you really want to shift on your John Silver that could be gaining you 4 lore for him? Yeah, I don't really know.
Counterpoint, this John also dumps on aggro.
How much does a shift cost though?
5.
5, right? Yeah.
That's so slow, though.
But
And
with Pirates, if you run Amber, you can get him out on turn 4 or turn 3 pretty reliably.
the key problem with John is that it deals 1 to each ready character. So it'll dump on
Yeah,
it
you're
moving forward. But like
Yeah.
it doesn't stop them from like Liloing or any of that stuff. And I guess John can take care of it, but it's still slow.
Yeah, then you just kill him, right? Because he has resist too, right?
Right.
So he dumps on the ones that are readied, and then if they get turned, he just kills them and takes no damage.
What about like red steel pirates?
He's too slow in that. I think he's too slow in red steel.
So you need the cost reduction to make him like playable.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's why I say it's a big if, because if you can't get him out a little bit early, then I feel like he's just not good. Speaking of that, Winnie the Pooh is one of the cards that makes him pretty viable.
Yeah, makes pirates one cheaper.
Yep.
Prepare your bot, the card that kind of set the internet ablaze here because we all saw the potential with it, with dimes and I guess, whatever big lore quester you want to play with. Have you guys been seeing lists with this? I have not. I think everyone's kind of in the realm of dime feels slow.
I agree. Right now, it feels too slow. Every deck is so fast because of this set.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, I think like it's the main argument of like what do you cut for that card? Like what are you cutting in red blue or blue steel to ready your bots to like potentially double dime? And I rather just play other cards and like a cool potential combo card.
It's another one of those like what if combos. Like we've had so many of them, right? Like Beast Relentless with Bayou and Sheriff and all these like combos that we're like, oh, this is gonna be great, and just can't pull it off. It's very rarely gets pulled off.
I wanna ask you guys before you move on, Andrew. That Gazelle, you can show that card. I saw Artifacts playing it as like a one of in green purple. What do you as you guys enjoy green purple? What do you guys think about that card?
I see the logic behind this card. Like, you give your Merfolk evasive and you guarantee 4 lore, right? Like, it guarantees lore and then really guarantees 5 because you don't care about Gazelle after, so you're just going to swing with her. I see the logic. I don't get the 1. I think maybe you're just... You can either play it, like, first thing on turn 2 with a Merfolk, or you get it after you've, like, done Clarabelle and you just go nuts with Clarabelle, because then you could always just give evasive to Clarabelle and then go nuts with Clarabelle. Like, so I see the logic. I don't know why 1. Like, I think it's a good, like a pretty good card in that strategy, but I would run like 2, 3, because I think you don't mind if you see it. But that deck is tight. Like, there's no room. Like, you basically have to like lose like Ursula, which just seems crazy to me.
Yeah, and I agree. I saw the one of in the deck you're talking about, Dylan, and I was like, why 1? And I think it is that there is no room to put more, but also I feel like why the 1 in the first place then?
Yeah, I mean it's like the tournament is open deck list, so it's always that gotcha of like, oh, I have to play around the one of. All right, last pack. Put your energies up, boys. Send in the Enchanted Spirit Bomb.
Can we do it? Probably.
No. You gotta slow roll it. That's not slow rolling it.
Speed run.
Andrew's like, slow roll?
Oh, there, we'll just put it down.
All right. There you go.
Toodles. Mr. Arrow, Donald Duck, the Dale. This Peter Pan, not too bad in limited, actually. Let me put it back in camera. Mystical Tree. I tried to make this card work. It's hard. Hey, Alice. Well, we can
there we go.
Oh, well, good. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that before the last card.
Blue Steel. Probably using this card the most. It is pretty nutty. First of all, we know Ward is good, right? We know Ward is like extremely strong. This thing basically locks down 3 lore every turn that it stays alive. Like, that's really strong. And I mean, yes, it can be foxed. Fox value, if anything, is higher than ever right now, just because of how many things have 4 willpower. But yeah, the hype around Alice right now is pretty high. I think she's like sitting at $7. Pretty good.
There is a blue-yellow deck that plays her that I'm super invested in, because you can go like turn 1 Daisy, turn 2 Piglet, turn 3 Alice, turn 4 like you can play Baloo, or you can play the Scrooge McDuck that's a 5/5 that quests for 3, and then you make him quest for 4, and it's really cool. She's also a hero, so you can play that Anna that cares about heroes. I think she's really cool. Alice is my favorite character, so I think that card's really good. It gives +1 lore and ward. Like, yeah. What an ability.
For 3 cost. She only costs 3.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I like it. Ooh. Oh, I'm sending the energy. Don't look, Andrew.
Owl. Well, there's nothing to talk about Owl. Though, all in all, pretty amazing pool. I'm not at all upset about this. Like 6 legendaries, first of all, pretty bonkers. We did
One
not
of them foil.
One of them foil, a foil sail, the genie, the Lilo, like pretty top tier supers that are in this set. We missed one card, which is probably the one worth talking about, which would be Calhoun. Yeah, the rare that is taken any steel involving deck by storm. That card is crazy. First of all, unlimited, amazing. Like, it's hard to kill. Second of all, it doesn't get stormed, which I think is a now new qualification for any 2-drop or any card that has 2 willpower. Like, oh,
So good.
as long as it doesn't get stormed, we're cool. And then it has the ability to just get 2 lore, which is what made Smee really strong. And it trades with Snake, it trades with Fox.
It's sitting at $7, but climbing up to $9. So Calhoun might be another $10 rare in this set, which is crazy. Remember when only Maui could be the only rare that's worth more than $10?
Well, that is our box opening. We'll continue the hunt for Enchanteds. Maybe it's Brandon's turn next. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. If you have any thoughts about any of these cards, please let us know. Drop a comment into the comment section. Leave a like. Let us know. We're going to change up the content a little bit for set 6 because, 1, we're kind of out of DLC season. 2, we're jumping into Continental season. A couple of our members will be heading out there. We have some interviews to conduct. But yes, please follow along. Sorry, everyone, for missing last week. We had a bit of an illness running through the team. But people are recovered, and we'll get back to our regular schedule. And that is it for now. You all have a good night.
Bye.
Yeah.